What's happening?
What is it we actually do here?
Severance is a workplace thriller with science fiction elements. A secretive corporation called Lumen has certain employees undergoing a procedure that separates their non-work memories from their work memories. One employee, Mark, who has recently been promoted to division head, starts to unravel a conspiracy, both in and out of work. Severance is one of the best new shows in recent years. It's a show with many mysteries at its core, that presents more questions than answers, and establishes a fascinating world to feature them all. In certain regards, it's like the TV show Lost, with two connected stories, one in work and one outside of work, combining and overlapping to tell an overarching narrative. It's also reminiscent of the TV show Black Mirror, with a science fiction idea and concept at the heart of the story, with a tense, thrilling, twisted side to it. At the centre of the show is Adam Scott's character, Mark. Mark is in many ways an everyman, a goody two-shoes at work, striving to achieve his goals as best he can. He's relatable and likeable. Outside of work, his character has more history and depth. He's dealing with grief, and as the season progresses, he starts to question the rights and wrongs of his choice to undergo severance. Adam does a great job at portraying what are essentially two different characters. He shows his range of emotions well, with his outside character being most miserable and emotional and far less likeable than his somewhat more cheerful and innocent workplace self. It's impressive how well he manages to show these diverse personalities and traits, without making them seem like completely different people. Another standout of the cast is Britt LaRue, who portrays the division's newest member, Helly R. This is in many ways our way into the show. We learn and discover the world and the characters of the workplace through the eyes and perspective of Helly R, a character who is far from happy with her outside persona's choice to undergo severance. Helly R is perhaps the character with the most drama and big shocking moments throughout the series. She has many ups and downs. I'm not familiar with the actress portraying her, but she's fantastic here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this gets her more attention in roles in the future. I could argue that she's the best thing about this show, she's that good. In terms of the actual story and how it progresses, this is where the show is both a big hit and a slight miss. The mysteries and questions surrounding the workplace are very intriguing. What are they doing? Who do they work for? Why is it so secretive? Is it important? So many questions are presented, and some of them get touched upon and answered. Like Lost, it does a good job at developing and establishing these mysteries, and so far, it's doing a good job at answering them, while also keeping some information back for future seasons. Where the show and its story often falter a bit is in its pacing. Severance is a slow show. It's in no hurry to present or tell its story. It's all very dramatic and moody, and the pacing of the series does a good job at building the tension. But there are some instances that could have been cut or trimmed to move things along a bit better. This is the main reason Severance won't be for everyone, although after 2 or 3 episodes, the show hits its groove and the pacing becomes less of an issue. All good science fiction features strong themes and messaging. Severance is no exception. The themes and messaging of Severance are strong and powerful, with some of them being obvious and apparent, and others being more subtle and up for interpretation. The debate around the idea of severance is of course the most prominent issue of focus, concerning ethics and morals and the power and rights of corporations that are gradually taking over the world. It's an exaggerated fear built upon real world events and moments, and the show does a great job at showcasing it. In addition, the religious and cult iconography and motifs are very well placed, although these elements are rarely explored in detail. I imagine this is one of the themes that will be explained more in the future, as it connects to the questions surrounding the work and its importance. One final theme of note is the debate between nature versus nurture. The outside characters are a result of their nature and their experiences, but the inside characters are the result of nurture at the hands of fellow workmates. This is another subtle theme that helps strengthen the story and the characters and highlights one of the key points the show is trying to establish. In terms of how the show looks, the outside world is filmed on location in snowy, often suburban American locales. It looks good, but because we only ever see the outside world before and after a workday, it's always dark and moody and snowy and cold, making it seem uninviting, unsafe and unpleasant. It's an interesting idea that's well portrayed thanks to good cinematography and direction. The workplace environments are far more interesting though, with bizarrely sparse and empty rooms and corridors, a very sterile and clean feeling, and a distinct lack of any eye-catching colours or sets. Mixed in with a recurring motif of mazes and patterns, and it helps make the workplace feel odd and quirky and interesting, despite its distinct lack of surface level detail. Severance is one of the best new shows this year. Its story and the mysteries at the centre of it are fascinating. It builds up to one of the best, most thrilling and engaging season finales I've ever seen, and I can't wait to see more. The characters are the type that grow on you, slowly developing and revealing more about themselves as the show progresses. The only issue with Severance is that of the pacing. This is a slow show that's in no hurry to tell its story or reveal its answers, and as such it won't be for everyone, but it was something I reluctantly got used to as the show progressed.